Some of y'all asked the question, and I know it because I've gotten this question a lot over the last month or so. This is peak season here in Houston, and despite all of the inventory that you might see all over the metro, this is the time where builders get out there and they shoot their shot on pricing. And so what many of y'all have made the comments in my DMs or in a text or a call to me is, how is there so much inventory that I see, yet prices are going up? And it's because it's that time of year, guys. And so one of the things that I am still on the lookout for at all times is a sick deal. And my friends at Highland have a few of them that I know that y'all are gonna love. And some of these, matter of fact, all of the ones I'm gonna show you are under what the base price is for upgraded homes. So I wanna make sure that you see it first, because if this is a neighborhood, we're in Meridiana, in case I haven't said that. If this is a neighborhood that you're looking in, I wanna make sure that you see a deal before anybody comes and snatches it up. If that sounds good, stay tuned. And up first, you just saw that big, beautiful sign. One of the things that Highland Homes and other builders are doing around the metro, but specifically in my neighborhood of Meridiana right now, Highland Homes is running some pretty solid interest rate specials. And so I have seen them offer a reduced fixed 30-year. The biggest seller right now is that they're doing like a 2-1 buy down. In addition to having a lower rate than the base right now. So definitely a good time to finance on a home that's ready to go if you are in fact ready to go, okay? All right, so for the people that are familiar, this is the 224 plan. This is the same as the new model over here. And so we're gonna go through. Looks like they are blue taping over here. This is one of a couple that Adam started before he ultimately went to a different community. Shout out to my guy. I'll probably be out there in Jubilee to check out my guy in Hockley here in a few weeks. But these are a few of the ones that he started before he left. And now Hector is over here and he's my go-to in Meridiana. And so I told the Highland team that I would come show them some love and show them to y'all, because y'all love yourselves some 222s and some 224s and some 216s. Y'all love them. Y'all absolutely love them. And so whenever I see a deal and my client doesn't buy it, I like to say, hey, I'm gonna show it to the rest of y'all to see if one of y'all are gonna buy it, okay? And that's what we're doing. So my clients moved on. They ended up not getting this one. I believe a few weeks ago on the channel, there's another one that has similar finishes that my clients also didn't get, but that one ended up selling. This is the other one that wasn't quite finished at the time. And so now that this one is, I'm showing this one to y'all. See if we can get us a little deal. We'll talk about pricing, all the stats and stuff as we roll through. Some of the upgrades that I'm seeing hutches up in here. I'm also seeing wood floor. So they didn't cheap out on this stuff. Adam did pick some good things. Looks like they finished the little mudroom area, so that is a little bit of an upgrade as well. We have a 3-car tandem. And so don't often show you guys what the garage looks like, but as you can see, this is like a real true, you can get 3 good sized cars in here. Or for the people, a lot of my clients, they'll have that one Super Duty, big ass inconvenient truck that's just a little long for a regular driveway. And so you could definitely fit that over here. Or what a lot of my clients are doing now is they're even taking this and making that portion like their gym setup. So a lot of versatility with what you could do with this space, okay? This is the back side of your laundry. Of course, we're gonna see that once we come through the other side. Then we slide through to the kitchen area. I'm a fan. I like how this feels because it provides this moment to do this thing that I just love oh so much, because it's just very unique to what plans look like. I like how it's its own little separate little cove over here. I like it. The only knock that I truly have about this plan is that for a house that is this size, the pantry is a little bit tight. But I've sold this plan a lot, and honestly, just my clients have just utilized all this extra cabinetry that we have over here. So they've more times than not kept these basically without the glass inserts. They'll usually insert glass on these so you can have your prettier things kind of showcased in the middle. And then they would use these cabinets as additional storage, kind of like as needed. And so they've made it work. I've seen it work, so I know it can work, right? But that's probably the one knock that I would have on what I would say otherwise is one of the most versatile plans that they have, okay? And for those of y'all that are not new to the channel, I know that y'all peeped something in the intro, and you're about to see this thing behind me. And if you've been following this channel, you know what this little easel means, all right? If you know what it means, I'm gonna give you a little second, throw that in the comments for the newbies, just so they know that we out here deal hunting. And so, all right, I gave you a couple seconds to put it in the comments, but whenever you start to see any builder, this is not just a Highland thing. Whenever you see any builder start to do certain things, there are things that cost them money that they understand that we're at a point where we can't not do anything. We have to do something to try to make this house more sellable. There's different layers to that. The first step is usually some virtual staging or easels to show you what you could do with the space. Now, they probably wouldn't spend the money on staging for this plan because this is in fact the model home for Highland Homes here in the 65-foot section. So that would kind of be a waste, because you could just literally go to the model home. This home has the same orientation as the model, so that would kind of be a waste of money for this home. And so that kind of stuck with just only being able to do that because they already have an example of what this could be all dolled up, okay? But the next step is usually going to be doing stuff like epoxying the patio, epoxying the garage, doing like a water softener loop, doing blinds, doing appliances. And the more stuff you kind of stack on top, and again, this is if you're not touring with me and I'm not bringing this to your attention. If you're out there, you're out and about and you're going to see an inventory home that's been sitting for a little while and you see any of those things, call me up because we got a deal that we can make, okay? Because the builder is screaming to the mountaintops, help me take this house off the market, please. Now, does it mean that they're gonna give it away? No. But what I can tell you is the base price on this plan, the base price, no land, no upgrades, no incentives, no nothing. The base price for this plan is $671. Again, that's no wood floors throughout the first floor. That's no upgraded doors. They have 8-foot doors in here. That's no upgraded tiles, and there's no upgraded Classic X kitchen. That's no upgrades. The base plan on this, the base price for this plan, there's no upgraded, no back neighbor, right? The base price is $671. This home It's currently listed at 650, and we probably still have room. So if you were to hit me up, we probably would still have more room to make even more of a deal, because they're showing me other different things, like that boy right there, that there's a pain point, they want to get up off of it. Okay, and so this is the time. If you wanted a big 224 plan and you like what this did and you can make it work, let's make it work. But yeah, I love this plan. Tons of natural light. The tall ceiling throughout this whole space, they kind of, at least from what I can see online, we don't have many places where they have a wider than 70 foot in Houston. Most of those were in the Dallas market. I believe they are bringing the Huntington Homes, or they have brought it, I believe, to Creston. It's either Creston or Colton, one of those two up north. And they're kind of testing it out in the Houston metro. I think the other one was maybe in Woodland Hills. But nothing down south, right? But I think they pulled this kind of inspiration from one of those. And for those of y'all that have toured that big 80-foot model in Ellison before they sold that one, you know kind of what I meant, because it does a similar sort of thing in this grand family area. Okay. No slider on this one, but I just want you to see the back patio so you can say you saw it. And we got lucky on this one. You don't have the pole in your yard. You just have the little communication box, but unfortunately with this row, you just got, this was just where this section landed, right? So it's along the main power grid for this section, but nothing in your yard. So you would have more usable space to put your pool or whatever you're gonna do back here. Yeah, I love this plan. Frames up your back patio so nicely with how it just shapes. They did the extended bedroom. So again, just more upgrades. All in all, I think Adam did a really good job on the things that he picked in this one. And I had some clients come look at it, and the other 224 that they had around the corner, and they ended up just not going with it. They went with something else. But yeah, peekaboo. You looking at them? They looking at you? Everybody's all right? But yeah, still one of my favorite builds in this neighborhood. My clients that did a ground up build of this plan, and it is absolutely stunning. I think that's probably one of the highest price, because they was fancy now. They was kind of fancy. That's still one of the highest priced 224s I think they've ever sold in this neighborhood. But yeah, gorgeous. Again, this house, and I've counted out upgrades. We got 8-foot doors. They didn't do the sliders. We got wood floors. We have upgraded tiles and things, upgraded kitchen packages and things. No back neighbor lot. We got upgrades in this thing, okay? And with all of that, this house is priced $21,000 under the base price. That's the deal. When I see stuff like that, I gotta come film that. I have to. There's no way I can keep that a secret from you, okay? This is the upstairs with the 224 peekaboo, which is just, I like how this basically just mirrors on both sides what you got. Tons of entertaining down there as well. I'll see if this is unlocked, but all right. So normally, if you don't build it out, there's an attic that is pretty wide open, because on this plan also, there's an option to do, I believe, a 6th bedroom over there, okay? One of the versatile things that you could do with this plan, this middle can also be reconfigured to where you have bedrooms with its own little flex space in the middle. You can have a lifestyle secondary bedroom over here as well. And so there's a lot of things that you can do with this plan. And I've always thought this little Juliet balcony was cool. Also, okay, so it looks like they went with the 2-bed. And that probably, knowing Adam, that means he probably made that last bedroom a lifestyle bedroom. This is a great size bedroom. Great size. Good closet. Little Jack and Jill. Yeah, he did the secondary, kind of like extended little lifestyle room. Not quite as grand as the 222 lifestyle room, because that one gives you like a whole sitting area, and this, it basically takes both of these rooms and put them together for that one room. But these are still a great size. The one thing that is shocking me on this one is he normally gives everybody their own bathroom, but on this one he didn't. He did a Jack and Jill off of this one. That's a little bit different. And that may be some of the reasons why we're sitting now, right? So if this works for your family and we can get you a deal, let's go get you a deal, family. Like I'm all for leveraging the relationship that I have with the builder to help get you the best deal possible, to help you get done the thing that you want to help, the thing that you want to get done. And if it is to get a house like this for under $650, although I would say that the interest rate on something like this being lower is probably going to be worth more than a slight price reduction, because over the life of a loan, 10 extra thousand is probably like $50 a month. But in terms of having that lower interest rate, I think that's definitely going to be a game changer for getting this house versus you buying this same exact house 2 months ago. This is the time. But yeah, 4-bed, just around 4,000 square feet. They didn't do the slider on this one, but a lot of upgrades throughout. And again, $21,000 under the base price on a no-back neighbor, wood floor, 8-foot door, upgrades throughout home in Meridiana, okay? That's a steal. If you built this home like this with these same finishes right now, you're at $700,000. And that's being generous. That's not you paying for the lot. That's not you doing these wood floors. You're at $700,000. If you pick this house today on an equivalent lot, we're at every bit of $700 to $730. Okay? So that is a steal. But hopefully, one of y'all can hit me up and we can come talk to Hector and say, hey, Hector, let's see what we can do. Aaron say that he's got a relationship with y'all. Let's put that to the test and let's see what we can do. And I'll be happy to do that. But we got a couple more to see. All right. And I'm out here in the rain with it for the love of the game. So if this breaks, y'all gonna buy me a camera, right? Y'all got me, right? Yeah, but beautiful plan. This is a 216. So for my one-story lovers, This is another plan that y'all love, okay? And then again, my family looked at this one and said, not quite, okay? So I'm bringing this one back, okay? And it's a beautiful plan. This plan is a little over 3,000 square feet. It's one of the most popular one-story plans that Highland does. In a couple places, it's the model home, I believe, in like Cross Creek West. I believe it's their model home there. And it's one of those ones that it can be a little polarizing because it does so many things really, really well. But then if you compare it to, let's say, a 60-foot or 65-foot Perry, then sometimes people will say that it feels like it opens up not quite as wide. I will be honest and say that the Perry home of a similar width would probably feel about 3 to 5 feet wider in this opening. But what typically happens is my fancy people, my women that love like the elegant touches, and they love the archways, and they love the little banquette seating and those sort of things, they'll come in and they'll fall in love with these bones. And this plan gives you all the spaces that you need. It's gonna give you the office, it's gonna give you the bedrooms, it's gonna give you all the stuff that you would say that you would need, right, in a house this size. And did I even show you the office as I'm saying all that? Yeah, I think I showed this to you. All right. And so we got a bedroom, an office, beautiful corridor. Ceiling heights look like they're every bit of 16 feet. Good size media room. It's a really, really good home. And here it also looks like he did wood on his way out. So Adam seems to have been kind of taking the approach. Uh-oh. Y'all see what that means? That means we got to deal with this. That storm is coming down now, y'all. Y'all might not see the exterior of the next house. We might just be talking numbers from the inside. That thing is coming down. But beautiful. Base price on this one, this plan is I think it's 606. Okay. And this one is currently listed at 600,000. Okay. Upgrades again. We got waterfall islands on both sides. I'm backing up. Somebody in the video last week was like, give me some shots where I can see the floor to the ceiling just to see how tall things are. So this is my attempt. If this ain't enough, bro, I don't know what else to do. But I'm trying for you because you asked. But yeah, we got nice kitchen. They didn't do the uppers all the way, but you have a nice upgraded kitchen with a nice slab. Many times they'll do the tile going all the way up. That's one of the things that you'll see. We do have the easel in the back corner So I would not be shocked that if on this house, we wouldn't soon start seeing those extras, the staging, because they don't have a staged model of this one anywhere close to here. The nearest one is in a community that is also nice and that you probably wouldn't want to send a prospective buyer to it if you are a salesperson here, right? Unless you just really were confident that Meridiana had kind of sold them on being here. And so that leaves opportunities for us, okay? Good sized laundry. They did not do the lifestyle room. So again, that third car bay is gonna be multi-purpose. It could be your home gym, it could be your tonal station, it could be whatever you're gonna do. Or if you got them 3 cars, it's for them 3 cars, and that's what they for, okay? Tankless water heater, most of the builders do that now. It's not instant, but once it's going, as long as you pay your light bill and you pay your gas bill, you're gonna have hot water for as long as that water is running, okay? Come back here. This is the back side of your closet. We have a guest half bath back here, so people don't have to go into anyone's bedroom to do what they gotta do if they visiting. And then I've always kind of liked that this little bedroom was kind of tucked off in the back corner and has its own little ensuite. I've always enjoyed that. The one, I guess, critique on this plan is your headboard would have to be off of this door to have a TV here, or it's kind of like a, where does the TV go? Where does the bed go? Where does the TV go on this room? And so I think that lifestyle room gives a little bit of, that would normally be here, gives a little bit of versatility to this plan that it doesn't quite have if you don't have that, because this room becomes like, would it be better as an office because it kind of has a funkier layout, and what do we repurpose that office to, sort of thing. But otherwise, this plan is super nice to me. Did I show you the closet on this one? Not too bad. But yeah, for my downsizers, my OGs, aunties and uncles that are doing well in life, kids are grown and gone, and they just want something that's nice and big because they did the big gigantic 2-story family house, and they know that at this big age, them knees and them hips ain't quite where they were. They still good. You still moving around, you still moving and grooving. Don't let me play on your top like that. You still got it. But them knees, we ain't wasting them knees just for stairs. And so they realize that the upstairs kind of doesn't get the use that it probably should, and that this is one of those homes and builders that they look at to provide them with an elegant, luxury, nice feeling, 1-story feeling vibe, okay? This one has kind of like a open concept, caddy corner kind of vibe. This is where I've seen it set up to where the TV is here in some areas, and that's the sitting area. I've seen it to where almost flipped, where the fireplace was in this corner, and then this was the sitting area, and the TV was over there. I've seen this one with the extended Texas size patio and sliders on both sides. There's a few different ways that you can slice this one to make it kind of be what you want it to be. But overall, this is a great open concept, luxury feeling home. Love, love, love. It does look like they did they do the extended patio on this one? Because the regular patio on here is pretty decent. It looks like they just have the regular patio on this one. And then even though this is again, over 3,000 square foot home, you still would have room to do a pool on this one as well. Okay. Another one of the things that I would typically ask for from this builder is gutters, front and back, or side and back. They come default standard with the front gutters. Only a few builders in the metro will give you gutters all the way around. The rest of them, it's not really like a new thing, but I don't know when that shift happened, when houses stopped coming with gutters as a default, but that's an upgrade for most people. And so that's something that we would ask for in the offer. This one does still qualify for the 2-1 buy down. So again, that's another thing that would benefit you on this one, that you would pay way lower than anyone that would build this house will get. Because again, the base price of this is $605, and that doesn't include oversized island, upgraded waterfall, upgraded kitchen, wood floors. It doesn't no back neighbor, 8-foot doors. It doesn't include all of those things. Okay. Again, if you were to build this, you're every bit of $650 to $675, depending on how fancy. We got wood all the way up into here, so we're every bit of $650 to $675. Bump out bay. That's another usually $5 to $7 grand, I believe. You every bit of $550 to $575, depending on how fancy you are. If you were to put the exact same things in this house, and I got pretty much none of the lights on. It's a gloomy day. I just want you to see how much natural light you can just get in the home. I'll probably turn them on in this closet, not this closet, this bathroom. And you're gonna probably get the zebra effect, so my bad in advance. Yeah, zebra in a little bit, my bad. Zebras are unpaid actors. Upgraded tub, that's like $7 grand. This is a level 2, level 3 countertop. Black hardware, also upgraded. Peekaboo. You looking at them? They looking at you? Everybody's all good. Okay, they did take the tile all the way up to the top. In here, kept it kind of neutral, but that's not uncommon for, again, a inventory home, and I'm not mad at it. Make ready station over there to the side. They did the thing, man. And this is the back side of your closet. But yeah, man, I am not mad at this one. So we have the sweet spot has been the 65s over here. The 65s for Highland have been coming with some deals. And I think it's because now they have Newmark over here that has a certain level of respect and design in the metro that people know and like seek out Newmark. And so I think that helps. But I also know that this is probably one of Highland Homes' top selling neighborhoods in all of Houston. And so they just want to give extra love whenever they can. And this competes and overlaps with a lot of builders here. This is basically going to compete and overlap with builders from 60 to 70 foot wide. Once you get bigger than that, then this doesn't really compete on that size floor plan. And so for what it is, I think that this is of great value. I've just casually walking through here, we've talked about, man, probably close to 30 grand of just like structural things that are a part of this house that you would be very cost prohibitive to rebuild it just as you see it, okay? And that's before we start talking about, you know, design center things and picking out different colors of things. That's before even that, okay? And so I definitely know that the numbers on this one are good, okay? But for the people that aren't quite looking this big, there's some opportunities on the smaller section here in my neighborhood as well. And so there's one that I wanted to highlight that again is going to be under the base price for that home for an inventory move-in ready situation. And I want y'all to see that too. So I'm about to go and check that out. I'm about to let this rain stop for a little bit. And then I'm gonna go check that out. But if it's taking too long, again, you might see me in the next house. You might not see the outside of it. I might have to go back. If you like it, if you like the inside, I might have to go back for you. Because I'm not trying to thrash the camera, bro. We can't, come on. How I'm gonna see you next week if I don't have my camera, right? You get it, you locked in with me. But yeah, we're about to go and check out smaller section, and I'm gonna show you that inventory deal that just stuck out to me this morning, that I have a couple people in mind. I'm gonna send this video to y'all directly. I guess 2 of y'all. I'm gonna send this video to y'all directly, okay? But yeah, stick with me. As promised, this last one was bad, y'all. that storm busting out here, man. But one thing I can say, Meridiana not flooding, okay? So one thing I can say, we not flooding, baby. We good, high and dry, okay? We are in, and for those of y'all that have been rocking with the Lathan family for a while, you likely already know this plan, or because you're here, and that means you're a fan of Highland Homes, then you maybe already know what this plan is. But if you don't, this plan was their #1 selling 2-story plan for a 40-foot home for a very long time. It was the Everly plan, and it's because they did things that are more 50-like, more 50 and 60-like, where they had this really tall ceiling with a nice little peekaboo down, and this was a plan that you could like add a second bedroom down, so it fixed a lot of plans that a lot of the 40-foot plans in the metro have, where you have like 1 bed down and all the bedrooms up, or it wouldn't give you an office, or just a few different pain points that people looking at this price point would have. This plan solved it for a lot of people, and it gave you a really good kitchen, nice little island, nice little overlook, open concept, did all the stuff, okay? And so this was a dream plan for me and my family a few years ago, when we just kind of started getting into real estate on a full-term basis, man. This was one of those plans that I was just like, one day we're gonna get out of our little town home and we're gonna get us a Highland home. And we went and saw this in Lago Mar, like the first little blue lagoon city here in the Houston metro. And I just remember feeling what it felt like to walk into that house and be like, man, I'm gonna get one of those one of these days, right? So love it. So this one doesn't have an ensuite, but because it's not an ensuite, it actually looks like they made this bathroom a little bit bigger than what I remember this bathroom looking like. So I actually like that. We come into this space, and this they made into a 4-bed. I just talked to the sales counselor over here, Adiba, today, and she said that she's actually her plan is, because this is another pain point that I've shared just for all builders, is that there aren't a lot of builders that do 5-bedroom plans unless you really get up to the really big plans here. You got to be at like a you know, damn near $600,000-$700,000 budget to consistently get 5-bedroom plans here. And I've always just kind of thought that was weird. Like if you have plans that can do it, at least 1 or 2 in a section, preferably 2. So we got a comp in the future. At least 2 of them should be. And then you got the wall of windows, man. I just remember seeing that for the first time and I was like, oh my God, they got houses like this in the burbs? I could be in the burbs. But yeah, back to the train of thought, sorry. She plans on rolling out a couple 5-bedroom plans. So I know it happens to me often where even though you may not get a full 4 bedrooms and an office or full 4 bedrooms and a media, there's a few plans where you can get 5 bedrooms on a plan like this or similar to this, not quite this plan. I think this one is capped in this neighborhood at a 4 bedroom. I've seen it as a 5 bedroom where they make like one of these attics an extra bedroom. I've seen it like, but I think they have size restrictions here that wouldn't allow them to. But there's a couple plans where they can have 5 bedrooms in this neighborhood, and that would kind of take the stress off of needing another space downstairs for an office or needing another space upstairs for a media room. So I told her that I thought that would actually do well compared to a 4 bedroom and a study. One, you would get the value because for people that are looking at a certain price point for 5 bedrooms, they're going to be drawn to that plan. And to get something that is this pretty in a neighborhood like this, I think that will be a win. So I'm interested to see what plan she picks. There's like 2 or 3 plans that she can do that on here in Meridiana. And there's a couple that will keep the cost down from even needing to go into like a 50-foot or a bigger product to get it. So I think that is going to be a win for her when Adiba does pull that out. So I'm excited to see it. But yeah, man, it just does the tall ceiling, peekaboo, wall of window thing that people love and at a budget that people can afford. And I've always been a fan. And then you come into a kitchen that is honestly bigger than my kitchen. And we are on a house that is 400 or 500 square foot, well, no, probably like between 300 and 500 square foot bigger than this house is. And this is a much bigger kitchen dining kind of experience, right? And it gives a similar feel because our house, you kind of come off the foyer and then you come through our kitchen, kind of like that 224, the first house that we saw. And then it opens back up into like our family room area. And I love that this ceiling is one height. One of the things that I love my house. I don't like to talk bad about my house. I love my house. But one of the things that I dislike the most is that our roof slopes, because it makes it look not as elegant as it could, especially knowing what I knew about this plan, because it's one of the reasons why I fell in love with this plan is because that ceiling was just high and it didn't stop. It just went, okay? But yeah, this kitchen area, you would have your dining table over here. You know, this was the old model. So you put a nice little circle table back here, doesn't take up too much room. And then you still have this really great size island. You still have a ton of cabinet space. They're giving you range hoods and things now in the 40s where that used to be a microwave thing. This is where your refrigerator will go. And this is your pantry. Base price on this plan is $419, and we currently have this one listed at $415. And I'm seeing upgraded things. We got the upgraded luxury vinyl plank. We have the upgraded kitchen. We have the 2-tone kitchen. We have the range hood. We have built-in appliances. The only thing that they didn't do on this one is the 8-foot doors. But honestly, with the colors that they picked and everything that's in here, it feels light, bright, airy, and probably bigger than the numbers would suggest, okay? So I think they did a really good job. Storming out here, yard is a little tight because this is gonna be an interior, non-oversized yard, but it is enough. Could you squeeze a toe pool in here? Absolutely. Right where that little swell is. You could put a little toe pool back here if you wanted to squeeze one. Absolutely, you could. But in a neighborhood like this that it has soon to be 3 amenity centers, do you need a pool at this price point? Most people will not at this price point. Okay. They didn't do the bump out on the bed, so that's another little difference. So you would have normally gotten a couple more feet here, but even still, you can definitely fit your king size bed in here and your dresser in here, no problem. Crock pot tub, this is looking exactly like my bathroom for the finishes on here. So they did an all white package in our house. I don't know what that is. That thing look gnarly. I ain't messing with it. Welcome to the country. This is where you handle your business. The only real kind of like setback for the 40s, you typically feel it in the primary closet and in the bathroom. However, as I'm in here, this is like legit the same width. I think my bathroom on the 50-foot side is a little bit longer, so it probably comes to about here, but the width is only maybe a foot wider. It's not much wider on the 50, okay? And so again, I think that was some of the reason why I've always loved this plan, because it just felt like it played above its weight class like all the time. All the time, it just felt more grand. You come out your primary, you come out here, you see your nice furniture, you got the entertaining to cooking space. I ain't even know this old buddy right there. We got the easel going, so you know what that means. And then we got a deal in here, man. And again, upgraded house for under what it would cost to build this home. From day one, you're out the gate. This was originally priced at $460. So for them to be under what the current base price is, this is why I'm out here in a storm. I'm out here in a storm showing you this house, because I don't want you to miss it. If you were looking for a beautiful Everly plan, this is your shot, okay? Sitting area up here, this is where your TV is planning to go. Good little classroom, little game room area for the Peekaboo crew. Shout out to y'all, to the OG Peekaboo crew. Shout out to seeing y'all in Floor & Decor the other day. My beautiful little family over there. I love y'all. Come down a little corridor and got a little storage. Bathroom over here. Yeah, no, it wasn't tripping. So yeah, like on this plan, I believe you can add, I've seen it to where they had another bedroom back here. And I've also seen it where they had, this was like the movie room and these were the 2 bedrooms. So I've seen it spliced up. I just think they have size restrictions in this neighborhood. So I'm not sure if they can actually do it on this plan. I think they've been given the okay to do it on the Livingston plan, but that's their most expensive plan right now. I think it's the base on that one's like $440 base, which now kind of pulls you into a, when it's all said and done conversation, you close to 500. So does it make sense at that point? But we can do that analysis and run the numbers together and see if it makes sense at that point, okay? your last bedroom. But again, man, stuff looks good. For those of y'all that ain't new, y'all know that I am a Highland Homes card carrying holding member. I love myself some Highland, and I love, more than just loving Highland, I love that Highland will give you a beautiful home at a deal, especially in my neighborhood. And a lot of y'all that have bought Highlands in my neighborhood know I'm not lying to you, okay? And so, yeah, man, we have 3 that I showed you at under base price, meaning today that if you built this home to look the exact same way on the equivalent lot, it would not be this price. And that is a deal in this market. Sprinkle on top of that, that you can get inventory incentives toward financing and closing costs right now. So basically most of your closing costs, if not all of your closing costs, are gonna be paid. And you're gonna get a reduced interest rate than I would get, or that I even got when I bought my home, is a win, okay? And that is what we got for the deals today. But yeah, y'all been watching this video for probably about 45 minutes. This one was kind of crazy. That storm threw some stuff off, but I'm out here grinding for y'all because y'all in the fam. And I want y'all to not miss out on deals with one of my favorite builders, but also one of my favorite builders in probably my favorite neighborhood right now of Meridiana, okay? There's some other neighborhoods that do a lot of things really well. There's some neighborhoods that are bigger. There's some neighborhoods that are more established, but it's hard to say that I felt more comfortable in any other neighborhood than I did here. There's something about just going out and seeing the sights that I see, seeing the people that I see, seeing the diversity that I see, having the proximity to the medical center downtown, all the arenas like I have. I really, really like being in this neighborhood, and I will likely just build another house here. That's just how much I like the neighborhood. But if you're looking at Meridiana and you're not calling me, I feel sorry for you for doing that, because the reality is that at this point in time, like even today, and this I'm the #1 selling agent in Meridiana. I actively have 6 contracts with 2 with Highland right now, 2 at Weston, 1 with Perry, 1 with Chesmar, actively in this neighborhood right now. So if you're talking to any of these builders and you're not saying, hey, my agent is Aaron, you're probably leaving money on the table. There's not really any other way around that, okay? I get a lot of calls every week from all of these people asking, do I have someone to bring them to take care of? That happens. I got people that showed up this weekend. Shout out to Mr. Gary. If you're watching the channel today, shout out to you. Shout out to Mr. Doug that stopped by and checked out Beezer. Shout out to Miss Lakeisha. If you're watching, y'all stopped by and talked to Highland as well. And they said, hey, Aaron, you had some people that came by, okay? That kind of relationship where we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna try to get you everything that we can. We're gonna make it a win-win. We're gonna get you a beautiful builder that's gonna honor their warranty, give you good craftsmanship, and make sure that the process is as stress-free as it possibly can be, and give you a really beautiful home. The only way I can do that, I'm sure you've seen the number flash a few times. For my OGs, there's gonna be a QR code. Scan that code. It'll take you over to my calendar. You don't have to talk to nobody. If you want to call, it's gonna go over to my little AI assistant. They're gonna get some info from you. They're gonna send you to my calendar. You book a call. They're gonna do all the stuff to help you book a call so we can sit down and be locked in to make sure that we take care of you and your family's needs. If you wanna be out here solo touring and you wanna check out some deals, make sure you're looking in here for the easels. Make sure you're looking for the blinds. Make sure you're looking for the epoxy. Make sure you're looking for all these tips and tricks that I gave you today so you can know that there's a deal. But before you talk numbers, don't let them know where you are numbers-wise. Before you talk any numbers, give me a call to see if we can work out some kind of incentive that will be more beneficial to you on your behalf. But yeah, we saw a couple 60-footers, 65-footers, excuse me, and we saw a deal in the 40, all under base price. Prices have gone up, and somehow we still have crazy deals like this. But is it enough for you?